He doesn't know your
It's
face.
Face ID.
He doesn't know your face.
Swipe up for Face ID.
Swipe up for Face ID. There it is.
Did you capture that? That would be really nice. No, trying to use Face ID.
Yeah.
What's that? Lifestyle. What is that? What is it? I
What
want
do
to
you mean
see it.
lifestyle?
Lifestyle. That
That.
butterfly. No, the butterfly.
Ulysses, it's my writing app.
What does that mean?
It's all my,
You don't have notes.
yeah, it's my show.
Why don't you just use notes?
It's the whole show.
I need that.
Well, you can't have it. It's mine.
Can I get it?
No, you can't have it.
Can I get yours?
No, you can't have mine.
Ulysses.
You have to pay for it. You can't afford it.
How much is it?
£2. No, it's about
Gonna get
30 or 40 quid.
30 quid?
Completely tax deductible.
Why do you spend that much money?
Why are you
Is it worth
discussing
it?
it now?
Welcome to the latest podcast of Why is Harriet Crying? We've had a slight disagreement just before we started.
Yep. They've seen it all.
Oh dear. Yeah, get close. Get a bit closer. Why don't you move in?
I've got a hat on.
Yes, very rude actually. If anybody watches the TV show Succession and maybe was to watch the podcast now, who would you... No, turn it round. You don't look like him if you're like that. You look... That's weird. That
What?
seems unnatural. You look like someone pretending to be a teenager at like a high school party or something. If you watch Succession, what character would you... there's no one here to reply. But I was just saying, like, what character would they think you were?
Yeah,
if they were
what have they
watching this?
answered? What's their answer to
Their
your
answer
question?
is Logan Roy,
There you
the
go.
old dad.
Old
70-year-old dad. That's who you look like, because you dress the same, actually. What are you doing? These are my notes. I'm in charge of the podcast. You're not allowed to look. I plan things.
Harriet's Ratty.
Yes, I do feel a bit ratty. It's my period. So what? I'm just in pain. It's nothing to do with anything. I just have a stomachache. And I've taken many painkillers. And I took some of that CBD oil stuff.
Oh, the stuff I got you?
No, I got something else. It
Yeah,
was
there's
like
a shop around the
70
corner that
quid.
sells it.
No, but it's like 10%. But like, it tastes disgusting.
I don't think it's supposed to taste nice.
Yeah. I don't know if it did anything. The problem was I had that and I had wine and I had painkillers. So it wasn't clear what had
Quite the
sent me to
cocktail.
sleep. Yeah.
Quite the cocktail. Yes.
Yeah, I've seen you quite a lot recently. We went to Pizza Express.
Yeah, I paid.
You did. Why you just paid so you could use it against me?
I'm not
So
using
you
it
did.
against you.
Yeah, well, it feels
no,
like
because you got me a burrito the other week. Or some tacos.
Yeah, I did.
But I came into Pizza Express, you were just sitting on your own. You'd been there for some time.
It was really embarrassing because it was the same Pizza Express I'd been to the night before for
yeah,
dinner.
well, you have to stop going then.
And then I have a very specific order, and so he was like, "Are you the girl from yesterday that asked for no raw things on your pasta?" And I was like, "Yeah." Why are you checking the time? What are you checking?
I'm just checking on our guest.
Everyone can
our
see
guest
you.
is
Everyone
our
can
guest
see
is
you now.
messaging me.
You're not. What's he messaging?
He's going to be 50 minutes.
50?
Yeah.
50?
Yeah.
It's going to be a long introduction, isn't it? We'll pause it when we've run out of things to say. You just going to text during the podcast?
I said yeah, cool, and then I put an exclamation mark. And
Just
I filled.
leave.
So I just said
Saying, "I
like
didn't
sorry
mean-"
about the exclamation mark.
Why?
It's just come on, don't need exclamation marks.
Well, I always do exclamation marks. It makes people feel comfortable. Like you're enthusiastic. Like, that's great. Or like, don't worry about it. And then like it makes them feel relaxed.
Sorry, like, don't worry about it.
That's how I do it in my head.
Oh.
Because if you put don't worry about it, that can sound like, like, yeah, fuck you. But if you put don't worry about it, then it's fine. You know what I mean?
Not the way you just said it.
That's how I imagine it in my head. If I send you a message saying, don't worry about it, exclamation mark, it's like,
No, you did it a different way.
to...
You did it, don't worry about it, as if
Yeah.
everything was on fire.
Yeah, but like
You were
I'm letting
ignoring
you
it.
know that it's fine.
It feels passive aggressive the way you said it.
I think it felt passive aggressive the way you said it. What I've done here is I looked up your star sign,
Yes.
Aquarius.
I'm into it now.
Have you got the pattern?
Yeah.
And I looked up my star sign, Gemini,
Yeah.
and I looked up our friendship compatibility.
Okay. What does it
Oh,
say?
interesting. I said compatibility there.
Compatibility.
Yeah. No, not compatibility. Compatibility.
That's what I said. Compatibility.
No, but you said it like our ability at combat.
Yeah.
But I meant like compatibility, but I replaced it with the word combat.
Yeah. Compatibility.
Yes.
Yes. Combatability.
Yes. Yes. You just said it slowly, I think.
It's astonishing we manage to communicate at all sometimes,
yes.
isn't it?
Yes. So a relationship between
Yes.
a Gemini and an Aquarius features a strong bond between two people who share a good psychological association with each other. Gemini,
That
love.
can be applied to anyone.
It's not. It's between
This
two
isn't
people.
okay,
A
go on,
Gemini
no,
and
go on,
Aquarius.
fine,
Why
yeah.
is that not good?
No, it's good.
What's
I'm
a
going to be
psychological
open-minded.
association? Our brains connect. Is that what it means?
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
Over WhatsApp, probably.
Brains connect over WhatsApp. Gemini love innovative ideas and are attracted to Aquarius's vision. So I'm innovative
I
and
got the
you're a
light.
visionary.
I got the light.
You're the light and I'm the ideas person. Both partners relish their freedom, absolutely. Disagreements could occur in their friendship. That's so true. We always have disagreements. We had a disagreement today before we even started the podcast.
Do you know any friends that don't ever have disagreements?
I think a lot of people have don't have disagreements.
Don't have disagreements?
Yeah.
Really?
I think we have. I think you're
We
a
have
very
a
disagreeable
consistent
person.
and constant disagreement. You're
Yeah.
a very disagreeable
You're
person.
a disagreeable person. If Aquarius take a dislike to Gemini's frivolous nature,
Yes.
or Gemini feel that Aquarius are too obstinate, yes, like a bull, that's you.
Yes.
The two star signs are ideally suited for each other. Aquarius would try hard to attain their shared ambition, and Gemini would do everything to support them.
Thank you.
The partners just need to combine their efforts and direct them to fruitful purposes, and they could accomplish almost anything. Whoa! We created a podcast. Whoa! This is amazing. Think of all the things we could have created,
Why
and
won't
we used
you-
that to create a podcast.
Why won't you support me on my other podcast?
What? Because of our shared ambition. That's not a shared ambition. That's a selfish ambition.
What's our shared ambition?
Our podcast, and only our podcast, and no other podcasts with people that have become my enemies. Ishan Akbar.
Ishan Akbar is your enemy now.
Yes. I didn't think he was my enemy, but he thought I was his enemy.
No, you didn't.
If I have something and he takes it away from me, he's my enemy.
I think in the last 6 weeks I spent a lot of time with him. We've mentioned you once.
Yeah, that's one of his tactics, to make you forget me, to not allow you to talk about me when you want to.
But I've seen you loads
Yeah.
in that 6 weeks.
And he doesn't. He's trying to block me
I
out
had
of
Pizza
your
Express.
memory.
We had ice
Yeah.
cream one night as well.
That was really nice.
That was too much ice cream at 11 p.m.
Yeah, we was just eating too many biscuits. It doesn't say anything about that. Maybe it will come up. Gemini and Aquarius both possess abundance of energy. Oh, I don't know. You're not a very energetic person.
You were looking
You're a
at
very
places to nap
still
in central
person.
London a minute ago.
I was 30 quid for 4 hours.
It doesn't seem worth it.
I think it is.
I'd
Because
rather.
I spend that much in snacks for 4 hours waiting.
Do you remember I had to cancel meeting you one day because I'd had too much milkshake?
Yeah.
Had to
I
go
do.
home and have a nap.
That's happened a couple of times actually.
What a life.
So we wouldn't say you possess an abundance.
No, I
of
wouldn't say an
energy, no.
abundance. No.
They could come up with brilliant schemes and establish shared objectives, like taking down your other podcast.
That's not a shared objective.
Yes, it is.
I
Both-
enjoy doing both podcasts.
Which do you enjoy more, though?
There's no such thing as more. It's just a
Yes,
different
Of
vibe.
course, there's something that's more. How many candles is this?
No candles.
This is a
One candle.
And how many candles is this?
2 candles.
Which is more?
The 2 candles is more than 1
Yeah,
candle.
so there is something called more. Thank you.
What?
Very simple. That's so true. There is more. You said no more doesn't exist.
God forbid he ever become a teacher.
Well, I'd be very good. I just explained that very simply, actually.
Okay.
So actually, I'd be a very
No,
good
but
teacher.
okay, yeah, fine. All right, go on.
Thank you. Both signs dislike remaining idle. Aquarius love to dive into new ideas
Love
and
it.
plan the
New
execution of
podcasts,
those ideas.
execution
Yeah,
of
they
new
do.
podcasts.
So there we go. That makes sense. Geminis, though, are more intellectual in nature.
What?
Boom. That's what it says. Geminis are more intellectual.
Absolutely fallen
Take
apart with
Logan.
that sentence.
Absolutely.
Logan.
And they like to analyse things carefully. Thank you. As I just analysed the amount of candles. Thank you. As a result, they might see the reasons behind Aquarius's decisions. No, they don't. They absolutely don't. I do not see the reasons. I see no reasons whatsoever. When Gemini waver in their decisions, Aquarius could introduce firmness into their character. However, Aquarius must allow Gemini their freedom of thought and should not be too domineering. Thank you.
In what way am I domineering?
Oh my God. The ruling planet of Gemini is Mercury and the ruling planet of Aquarius are Saturn and Uranus. Makes sense.
Do Geminis read articles before reading them out loud? Have you read this?
No,
first?
never.
No, just bang.
I read it.
Out.
I read it thoroughly, and I completely agree with it. The planets symbolize communication and great inventiveness. The star signs have the capacity to devote their attention to an endeavor once it has been accepted. They are both very efficient in their work and are good at organizing things. Any arguments between the partners would be taken in a trivial and light matter by both of them. Absolutely true. Just taking this very lightly, any kind of disagreement we might have about other podcasts. Gemini and Aquarius are both air signs. They both have a duality of nature, which works with their mental abilities. The twins admire the radical and amiable character of the water bearer. Who's a water bearer?
That's me. I'm radical and amiable.
No.
You disagree with that?
No, but I can compliment you well because of my intelligence.
You're
intelligent.
intelligent.
My intelligence.
Yes, you're very clever.
You. Both star signs are interested in lots of things. Gemini's intelligence, once again, bringing up the intelligence.
But a lot about that.
And
Are you sure that's
really says it a lot? Intelligence.
my innovation?
Aquarius make them a lively pair.
Mutable
Gemini is
sign.
a mutable sign, and Aquarius is fixed. Aquarius are full of ideas and novelty. Gemini love discussing the actions and implications of these ideas. So you don't know about implications, but you should learn about them.
We've done enough on this now.
Yeah. We don't want to read the rest anyway. We don't want to read that bit because that definitely disagrees with my points. It might be better for the partnership if Gemini took charge and led from the front.
There you go. You should lead from the front.
Yeah.
Is that what it says?
Yep. Well, better for the partnership if Gemini
Aquarius
took charge. If Gemini
while
took
Gemini controlled things from the background.
No. No.
Does it mention how much Geminis lie?
Absolutely doesn't.
The liar's sign.
Nope, doesn't say anything
The
about
lying sign.
them being liars. No. But
Well,
we've
learnt a lot there.
We've learnt a lot. Actually, very complimentary about me.
Anything you want? What have you been
Well,
up to? You haven't even talked about that.
I went to the fireworks. That's what I've been doing.
Were they nice?
Well,
Okay.
the
Sit
mayor of
back.
Merton made a big deal.
Yeah.
Would not shut the fuck up at the start of the fireworks. It took us so long to get there. They oversold the tickets by so much at Wimbledon fireworks.
Yeah.
There was literally 4 times more people than they were there last time. And then the mayor of Merton, blah blah blah. I'm the mayor of Merton. Blah blah blah.
Is that all he was saying?
I'm the mayor of Merton. Oh God, my neck thing's so heavy. Just
Did he say that? Did he say his neck thing was heavy?
Well, along those lines.
Okay.
And then they were like, "We're going to start the fireworks." Then they just started a few puffs of fire.
Starting small,
and then
yeah.
half an hour later, we're still standing there waiting. There's a whole fairground behind us. We didn't go on because we were waiting to watch the fireworks. And then he says, "Oh, we're just waiting for the stragglers to arrive." It's nearly 9 o'clock now. The reason they're stragglers is because you have very poorly organised the fireworks.
What stragglers?
The mayor of Merton. The
Mayor
people
of,
stuck
Mayor of Paul Merton. The mayor of Paul Merton.
Because there were too many people to get there. They didn't organise it well at all. The tube. We were stuck trying to get out of the tube station for 30 minutes.
Which tube?
Southfield's tube. Stuck there. Too many people.
See,
Very
this sounds
poorly
like a
organised,
nightmare.
greedy. He just wants more gold, and he's
He
greedy.
doesn't want more
He
gold.
wants more gold to put in his necklace, and it was greedy.
I mean, I would never have gone to something like that because
Why?
any public
Best
event.
night of my life. Why you miss out on things?
Because I think any sort of public event like that in this country is often used as an excuse to make people very uncomfortable and earn a lot of money off them. And I think it's rarely about the enjoyment of the paying public and more about the organisers.
Have you ever tried candy floss?
What the hell's that?
There was candy floss there.
At the fair, yeah.
Yeah, at the fair, at
Yeah.
the fireworks they had. So that's a plus.
It's not a plus.
Candy floss, you think is a minus?
Candy, like 1 or 2 mouthfuls, yeah, that's nice. And you got a fucking ton of it to get through after that.
I always finish it, even if my teeth are crumbling.
Even if you stay awake till 4 a.m. buzzing off a sugar high.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, I'm glad you had a good time at the fireworks. You love the fireworks. You always
I love
go.
the fireworks. I love it so much.
I thought you'd have been scared of the fireworks.
I'm not a dog.
That's where I was going. Shivering in the corner.
What's happening?
Bobby wrapping you in a blanket.
Bring me a dog Xanax. I'm not a dog, so that's the important thing I wanted to get across.
You're a Gemini.
I'm just a little Gemini.
Little
Okay.
lying Gemini.
No, I'm not a liar. I'm intelligent and I'm
Intelligent
in control.
people are more capable of lying, I guess, because they get to.
I would.
I think a lot of the trick of lying is actually like
takes
keeping
one
track
to know.
of keeping track of your lies and what world you've
Yeah.
built that's a lie.
You think I'm good at that? You think that's something I'd be good at? Building a world and keeping track of it? Can't even keep track of this one.
What world? This one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the real world. But should we welcome on our guest?
We've got a guest.
We've got a guest.
Very excited about this.
Are you?
Good
Why?
friend of mine. Good friend of Harriet's.
I haven't seen him in ages, actually.
Have you not?
No.
Good friend of mine.
He's a friend of mine, but I haven't seen him in ages. That's the truth. Why?
Why what?
Why haven't I seen him?
Well, I guess.
You guys hang out a lot together and quite near me, but then you don't invite me. We can discuss this when he gets on the podcast, maybe.
Okay, let's cut there.
It's Jordan Brookes. Why are you sitting like that?
He
You're
told me
sitting
to sit like
Yeah,
this.
but it's weird now. Look, you're upsetting Elliot. Don't. Have we actually started?
Yeah, go on.
Jordan's here. Jordan Brookes.
Brooks
He's
is
here.
here.
We've already
Yeah.
done the intro, and then we waited, and then until you arrived, and then now you're here. So it might feel a bit
Seamless.
weird,
It's
but
seamless,
actually
isn't it?
it's very seamless.
So did you have like a lot of energy when you first introduced me an hour ago?
Yes.
And then it just.
absolutely is nosedived, and
Yeah,
now there's no
sure.
energy left.
You-
Yeah.
well,
so sorry.
I've eaten all the Jaffa cakes. I had a bit of a
We've
sugar
eaten
crash.
So many
Did you?
biscuits.
Yeah.
It's just the problem with like spending the whole day with you is that it becomes quite exhausting after a while, doesn't it? Because it's
What?
well, you,
With me?
yeah, yeah.
I feel exactly the same about you. I feel absolutely exhausted. I feel like it's midnight. I've eaten so many biscuits just to get through it. And what? Look out.
No,
What are you doing?
keep going with the
Keep
podcast.
talking.
Yes.
You keep talking.
Right,
Anyway,
sorry.
sorry, Jordan.
No,
We
it's
were
alright.
really together before you got here, and then you've actually brought a different energy that we weren't prepared for.
It's actually just a really nice
It's
energy.
really
Are you
nice
blaming me
energy.
for? Oh, it's a nice
Act-
energy.
Yeah,
No, but we
yeah.
are blaming you for that
Yeah.
disagreement.
I'll take
Yeah,
the
we're feeling like that is your fault. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
You directed Sunil show, didn't you? So you're good friends.
Well, we
Are
were
you-
before.
He,
Yeah.
he said you were great friends before.
I said my great friend Jordan Brooks,
Yeah.
and
Thank you. You never said that to me.
did I?
No.
I tend not to say that. Like, it's like because Harriet asked me 2 weeks ago if I'd like to be her best friend.
That's a really nice thing
Thank
to
you.
do.
Yeah,
Isn't
but
that
you
a
know
nice
when she
pending?
Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't it?
Is
a
it?
nice-
It's still pending.
It's still
not been-
pending, but he's just got
But
to
when
make
she
a
does something
decision.
like that, it's kind of like, do you? I mean, it doesn't need to be
Yeah.
said, does it? It's like
Yeah, it's nice to be said, actually.
But I think it's important to everyone feels a little bit fragile and low, and it's if you have a
Yeah,
nice
you're
thing
right.
to say to someone about someone, you should say it. To
Say
them.
it,
I think
yeah.
it's important.
Actually, I think your
you
views
could
on
say
these.
something nice if you wanted to.
You could say
Just
something
at
nice
any
to
point
me.
you
I
could.
You never paid me a compliment.
Yeah,
I have
behind-
paid you a
behind your
compliment before.
back, he does actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, never to your face. That's what you do. You go around
Giving people
Snake.
compliments.
giving people compliments.
Like a nice snake.
I told you your top looked nice.
Yeah, but then you said, "Oh yeah, it needs a limp roller though, doesn't it?" And then you said, "Do it up," and then you said, "Oh, a bit tight around the neck," and then you said, "Looks like you're wearing a scarf." So you started off nice, and then there were 3 different negative things that you said.
You just tell me I look like a 70-year-old man.
You do look like a 70-year-old man.
Yeah, but
There's-
a really sexy one.
He's
See,
very
he's
powerful.
good at compliments.
He's very powerful, Logan Roy.
Very powerful man. Very powerful man.
Very powerful boy.
Thanks for coming on, though.
Oh, it's honestly.
Is there a weird dynamic between you? Because does it feel like you're the boss and Sunil's your pupil?
It's often, I think, when we're together, we're either working on stuff or Helen Bauer is there. And it's so, like, the
Please,
dynamics.
Time
Please
stops.
don't get into slagging Helen
Time
off
No, no.
again.
when Helen
You
Bauer
must
is.
stop. You must not.
Well, we just went on holiday last week, so
It was
Yes,
great
I
fun.
went to hear about the
we had a
holiday.
lovely time.
I really I adore Helen, and she's a great person to have on holiday as well, because she's very spirited and very proactive, and obviously because
She's great, yeah.
she knows Berlin, she was very keen to show us around. And
Were
she
you in
was-
Berlin?
Yeah, we're in Berlin.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're in
She lived in Berlin, so
Portugal,
I think
yeah.
she knows a thing or two about not Britain, not being in Britain. So
Great.
yeah, so yeah.
Did you want to come with us?
Yeah, but you purposefully booked a time when you knew I couldn't go.
You can. We've tried to arrange holidays in the past or
no,
do
but
something,
you
and
always
then
do it
she
when I
always
can't
be like,
go.
"Oh, sorry, I've just booked in a gig or something.
No, but I already have. You look at my diary and you pick.
I don't
and
look at
can't-
your
yeah,
diary
you do, and
at
then
all.
you pick dates I can't do. Maybe in the new year.
Do you want to come to a musical with us on the 19th of January?
Musical.
A musical.
Yeah.
A as in a.
Just a specific
Not
music.
the comedy show.
No, I don't.
Musical.
I don't endorse that
A musical.
concept at all.
Of what musicals?
No. I'll go and see a musical with you, but I won't sit and watch comedians do karaoke.
Okay,
Oh, right,
yeah,
right,
fair.
right.
I won't. I fiercely am opposed to that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is it you don't like about it?
It's just like.
Sounds
you know what I
bad.
mean?
Yeah.
It is what it is.
You refused
Yeah.
to do it with me. I needed a duet partner,
Yeah.
and you refused to do it.
Yeah, I did. What were we gonna do?
Nothing. We had no idea. I had no idea. I was terrified.
So you got asked to do it, and then you got Annie McGrath to do it.
Yeah,
Is
I
that
didn't know
right?
Annie was there, and then they said, "Oh, Annie's available. Do you want to do it with her?" So,
Right. And I
because-
said I wasn't going to be available, and in fact, I was available because you left me to go to a musical. You left me in the hotel that we were staying at.
in the dark.
In the dark, in a hallway that was automatic lighting. And
Yeah.
I picked up a £1 chicken curry from the spa in the rain, and I sat and ate it with a plastic fork. And then Sunil was like, "I've got to go to a musical, mate. See you later." And I just carried on eating. And the light did go out, and I didn't move. I didn't move as
It was
quick as I could have.
Motion controlled lights. It was
I think some
desperately
you
sad.
could have done with some joy.
I
Actually, I think
could have
going
done
would
with
have
seeing
been
Sunil
really good for you.
texting me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that actually would have been really good for you. So
Yeah, actually, do you know
you're
what?
not doing what's good for you. Actually,
That's really true.
Are you a musical fan?
Yeah.
You do like music.
what's your favourite musical?
Blood Brothers.
No.
Why is that?
Why is that funny?
Why is that?
No, absolute.
Why is that no?
That's the only one everyone's seen when they were at school as a kid.
Is it?
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I saw
Yeah.
it.
yeah.
You know, not. I just saw
That
it as a
means
kid,
you've
but not, I
seen
wasn't
one
at school.
musical,
I saw,
and that
no,
was Blood Brothers because it went to all the regional theatres. So that's it. I've absolutely cracked this.
So at a
No,
regional
yeah.
theatre as well, is it?
Yeah, no, I've
So-
seen it a few times.
Have you? Have you?
I've been to a lot of schools.
Okay.
I saw it because I'm from Merseyside, and it's set in Liverpool, and so it felt very
right.
particularly resonant for me. I really enjoyed that. But I don't see a lot of musicals. For Phantom of the Opera, that was a school trip. That was appalling. I do like them. I just it's just whenever they start, I'm like, oh, it's going to be 3 minutes of this now.
Yeah, that's what I don't like. The songs.
Yeah.
It's because okay, what's the story, and then you just break out. It's like
But
Bollywood.
the
Like
song
what is
tells
the?
the story sometimes.
But often
People-
they get a lot quicker if they didn't. You know what I mean? They could have
Oh,
a very
Yeah.
they could exchange.
I-
They have a very quick exchange where they go, "Do you love me? Do you not?" I don't really know, and they go, "All right, cheers, thanks for letting me know." Rather than watching
Yeah.
5 minutes of someone being like, "Do I love you? Do I not?" And it's like, well, just
Yeah.
tell me.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
we
yeah.
can all go
I
on a lot
get that.
quicker.
Yeah, but then you don't like a story so much as a straight to the point fact.
I would love
Maybe-
it if like a play, the actors came on and they went, right, what it is
Yeah, yeah.
he loves me, I don't love
Yeah.
him, I love her. And then two of us die at the end. All right, cheers everyone.
Cheers,
Thanks
cheers,
a lot.
Anne.
Yeah,
Yeah, I completely get that actually.
I'd get dressed up for that. Have a night out. Watch
yeah.
that.
What would you wear?
I went to the theatre with you, didn't I?
Oh yeah, we did go to the theatre. Yeah.
Didn't have a
Did
clue
you-
what was
did you,
going.
what did you see?
Wise children.
We saw Wise Children.
Oh, was it good?
Yeah. I didn't
Yeah.
love it. I love the book,
Oh.
but I didn't love the performance. It might have been the company.
I was oh me. I think I meant
Yeah.
the actual theatre
Oh
company.
no, not the theatre company.
Oh,
I meant
right.
you. But we were in between. We were in between a pillar, so we weren't
had a
really
pillar
that
between
close.
us.
We picked the seats. I picked one seat by accident.
You
and
both
had a
sat-
massive pillar between us. Yeah.
And then they had to hold up the performance for you to go to the toilet
Oh, that was very embarrassing.
because you're not allowed
Yeah.
to leave
Yeah.
and come in during the performance.
That was really embarrassing. I
So
didn't know that was going to
in
happen.
the interval, she had to go to the toilet, and they
And
were
I
like, "Well,
picked
we're
a
going to
bad
have to wait
time.
for you," so we had to put the show back by a couple of minutes.
Yeah, that was bad.
In where was it?
Old Vic.
Old Vic. Yeah,
Didn't know they did that at the
they
Old Vic.
take pissing very seriously at the Old Vic.
Big
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
But I thought it
Wise
was.
Children.
I thought it was
What is that
spectacular.
about?
Angela Carter
Mm,
book.
Still not a
Oh,
clue
yeah.
what it's about. Still not a clue.
What's
Someone who's
about-
someone's dad, but it isn't, or something.
Oh,
And it's like
yeah.
it could be, but it's
Yeah.
actually their uncle or something.
That was it. Yeah, that
And
was
they're
basically
Well,
it.
they're
yeah.
gypsies or something.
Oh, I don't know about that.
That's
I
not
think they're like
Cheers, guys. Thanks for
performers.
coming. Just going down. Oh, by the way, she had an abortion at the end. I think, oh,
Yeah, so there was an abortion involved, wasn't there?
was there?
It's something.
I was just assuming Angela Carter.
Is that
I can't
I guess that's
actually
her.
remember.
is that her oeuvre?
Abortion?
She's the abortion lady. is
She's
that?
not the abortion lady, no. Well, I think we both took away important things from it.
I thought it was visually very good.
fantastic,
There's like a lot of the set and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
The way the good singers and the actors was good.
I always found the books darker, and so I think it was because it was very
See.
bright. It didn't feel as like
I've not read the book.
gritty as maybe I felt the books were.
Right.
Gritty.
Yeah.
Yes. Anyway,
Well, let's go to. I'd love to go to a musical.
you.
I hadn't forgotten that
I
invite.
feel like you've taken a real turn because it didn't feel like you were sure at first. I think, in fact, you said
this
no,
musical is
absolutely
based
not.
on.
Well,
this is about
This
the
is
six
based on history.
wives of Henry
Six
VIII.
wives of Henry VIII.
Oh, 6. Yeah, I've heard good things about that.
And you know
I
how
would
that
love-
ends
Yeah.
as well, so it's not like
No.
Yeah.
you can just sit back and enjoy the music.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
You
more
just-
like a sort of gig. Is it gig theatre? Is that what they call it? Is that when it's like people are sort of a bit? It's a bit more like.
Are you saying they're dancing?
I'm saying that people in the audience are more like not that bothered about the show.
Right.
They're like into the music as much as they are. Do you know what I mean? They're like having a nice
Oh.
time. It's like a gig and a show at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that.
Well, I think that's what 6 is.
Oh, is it?
I don't know.
What? I don't understand. What
Like
this
singing
is.
and dancing in the aisles and that?
Yeah.
No, no,
Is it not?
no. That's like Mamma Mia. That's like what when you
Right.
go or like the Rocky Horror Picture Show. It's a
Yeah.
whole different thing.
Okay.
Oh, maybe. But you don't have to dress up as like one of the wives.
I don't, do
you,
I?
don't. You would be a great Henry VIII.
Yeah, I could play him.
Yeah, you'd be a fantastic Henry VIII.
Why?
I don't know. You just got that energy.
Yeah, he was a strapping young man
Yeah.
in his heyday.
Yeah.
Good hunter. Top
you on
hunter.
a horse.
Top husband.
Very
Top-notch
experienced
Very
husband.
experienced husband.
Yeah, good man. Yeah, I think
good boy.
he had a bit of gout. Didn't he have he had a bit of gout, didn't
He
he?
did.
Surely
have gout.
everyone had a smidge of
He did
gout.
have
at
gout.
minimum.
Yeah, very rich
I'm surprised
food.
there's not that much gout about these days. No, I mean everyone
I
seems
know
to
a
have
few
gout.
people with gout, actually.
Actually, my housemate's got gout. What we're talking
Yeah.
about.
Oh yeah, no, I'll come see it with you though. I can't emphasize enough how keen I am to
Right,
So-
yeah.
hang out, to do this more.
Okay, great. Yeah, because you seemed very definite. No.
Yeah, no, you
beginning.
turned me around.
So
Yeah.
what happened on the holiday? That I missed out on.
We did a show that was lovely. It was really fun, wasn't
It was really fun. It was really nice.
it? We went to the Ritter Sports Shop.
What? Where the chocolate is?
Yeah. See, everyone switches
Did
on
you
for
have
that bit.
that cornflake one? That is my favourite chocolate.
I
We did
didn't
have
get-
some. We had
I
some
didn't get
cornflake one on
to
the same
have that.
night. On the first night.
Oh yeah.
Helen bought some from
Helen
the
bought
shop.
some, yeah.
Isn't it so good? The
Yeah,
cornflake
Yeah.
one?
it's amazing. Yeah.
But the shop, something else.
Really? What's
Every
it
single
like?
flavour's there.
you can get
And more.
customized chocolate. So
You can make your own.
You can, you make your own. You choose
What
your
did you
ingredients and then they set it
What did
in
you
a
make?
thing.
What did I make? We thought we'd come back another day, but then we were too tired and hungover on the
What did
last
you
day.
make?
Same reason it didn't have.
You went there and you didn't even do it.
We went there and then we were like, let's go on the last day and pick up the chocolate while we're in town waiting for the flight. And then we just didn't do anything on that last day.
We saw the wall, I guess.
Saw the wall. We went to the
I
wall.
took you to a trainer shop.
Yeah. Walked in
Walked
and out.
straight out.
Straight out.
Why?
I'm not interested in shoes. I'm not interested in
He
trainers.
had a phone call. So.
I had a phone call.
Yeah, I went to Overkill in Berlin, which is a very famous trainer shop.
Very small though for a famous
Oh,
trainer
big
shop.
upstairs.
Is there a big upstairs?
Yeah.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of teenagers running around up there.
Really?
Yeah.
Me and a load of teenagers in there. But yeah, so we went to the Ritter Sports Shop, saw Hitler's bunker, the site of, saw the wall, saw the Holocaust Memorial.
Was this bunker in Berlin?
Yeah,
I
it's
think you'd pick
mad.
a bunker that was.
It was right next to the Brandenburg Gate.
Doesn't make sense. You'd pick somewhere
You'd
a bit
pick
more
somewhere a bit
hidden.
hidden
I would
in.
at least. I wouldn't pick somewhere so central. But maybe that's what he was thinking. If you pick somewhere central, they might
A bunker,
not think.
bunker for yourself or for Hitler?
Well, I wouldn't need a bunker.
If you were Hitler.
I'm saying oh God, we're doing this again. We did this in the last episode where we imagined we were Hitler and then what we would do in Hitler's situation.
What was the conclusion?
It's not worth.
We shouldn't go back. Sunil personified
We were discussing
Hitler
the
and-
concepts of good and evil.
Yeah.
I wasn't defending Hitler.
Sunil was defending
He was,
Hitler.
he was on about that all at the Berlin.
Yeah, I
Going,
bet.
he was all right,
yeah.
actually.
Yeah, just went to all
Always goes
his
this way.
places you could go visit and
But no, it is a
pay
bad place
homage.
for a bunker. But no, we had a lovely time, I think.
It
Yeah.
was really nice. It was really nice few days.
What did you do while we were away?
I can't remember.
So did you cry much or anything like that? Emotional man?
You're quite emotional. I think you're like me.
I think
Sunil's
you're
cold
a,
as
I think you're a man who's very comfortable in his emotions and
Yeah,
expressing them.
I think it's important to like, if you feel weird or you feel like something is up, you should be trying to figure out why. That's the quickest way to dealing with it. I don't cry an awful lot. I definitely get set off. Like there'll be moments where I will have to stop myself from going. Often it's just like personal stuff. If I'm thinking about like sad moments in my life or things that I've messed up, or those are the things that you just feel that sort of, it's a sadness at an unsolvable thing, whether that's a regrettable decision or a past event or something. Like it's always when I start reflecting on stuff, and particularly if there's sad music playing in the background on a loop for hours.
Sad music.
I'm gone. I mean, I've chosen to do that, but
you play it to try and really dig deep into that.
Get it out, yeah.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
I never listened to so-called sad
Maybe
music.
that's why you've never cried.
Maybe that's why.
Sunil hasn't cried since he was 6 and tripped
No,
over a dog.
I have cried.
So that's why we do this podcast, to try and
That's
make
an
Sunil
origin
feel.
story that's got way out of control. No, I don't.
What?
That's absurd.
So you haven't cried for
I
30 odd
sometimes
years?
tear up at a film or something, but often I'll be angry that it's made me tear up because I know how manipulative that is.
Have you watched what's it called? Tell Me Who I Am, the Netflix documentary.
Yes, the
No.
brothers.
The brothers. You should watch that.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
for
did
them.
watch it, and I felt angry that it had been made into a documentary. It felt like I was intruding on something incredibly.
That meeting
Hurtful.
at the end when the two of them are talking, I've never felt more uncomfortable watching two brothers have to deal with a very difficult past on camera.
I was surprised that it got. I mean, I'm not surprised it got made, but I was like, why should we be watching this?
Because it makes us crying,
I
and
don't
making
know.
crying feels good.
Aha!
So have you never felt good?
Have I never felt good? No, maybe I should cry more so I feel good about crying.
I think you should try and set it up, maybe like play some sad music, like watch a sad film, like
Yeah, I mean, I can do that.
yeah.
But what I mean,
Have you watched? I was trying to think of the films that have made me like sob, not just like that tearing up, going, "Oh, isn't that a sad thing that's happened in the film?" But more like a sucker punch.
Yeah.
I think Eighth Grade, the Bo Burnham film.
I thought that was
that.
absolutely fantastic.
It's incredible.
It was
Is
like
it?
you were back to being. I mean, I wasn't in 8th grade. What's 8th grade in English?
It's like
Year
they're like
7?
12, 13, aren't they? So like year 7, year 8.
8,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so like she's so vulnerable, she's so fragile, and it really like I can't think of anyone I can't imagine there's anyone who won't relate to that experience of feeling so uncomfortable in your body and feeling so unsure of yourself. But there's a particular scene where the dad is talking to her by the fire, and she's trying to burn some stuff from her childhood, and the speech that he gives her is just so beautiful and so compassionate and so kind and so loving, and it absolutely sets me off every time.
Okay.
It left me like sobbing.
You probably just get angry.
No, I might just find it nice.
Probably just get annoyed with it.
What if you found out that there was like your tears were actually being redirected out of another part of your body?
Don't say my dick.
I'm not
'Cause
going to say
oh, right,
dick,
'cause we
but
have-
you're thinking dick.
No, we've done. I think the second episode, we said that I cry out of my dick, and I don't know. Can we edit
That
this?
wasn't me. I
That was.
never
I
would have
remember
said
having
that.
this conversation.
No, that was a dream. That would not have been me unless you said that.
Where do you think? Where else would they be coming out?
Where else do they go? Saliva,
Your
I
nose,
guess
maybe.
they can like
Yeah,
redirect
Oh, I
nose,
see.
down into
saliva.
Nose, saliva.
mucus down the beginning.
Oh, you mean
Ears,
if I was sad,
earwax.
it just came out of my mouth?
Yeah.
Spit,
If you're like
maybe you
stopping
just
it.
spit.
Yeah, maybe you're spitting out sadness. Maybe like if you're really sad, you're just like you
Yeah.
have a little spit glass next to your desk,
Yeah.
or next to your bed, and while you're watching 8th grade, you can just like just fill it up with pure
Yeah,
light.
just spit out that sadness.
Maybe.
Spit it right out.
There's or maybe it just manifests itself in various health problems.
Just like fists in the wall.
Maybe
and
that's what your maybe that's what your leg is.
What, my bad
your
leg?
is weeping. Like it was literally weeping,
It
wasn't it?
was literally weeping
Yeah.
at one point.
it's
Yeah.
it's accumulated tears.
Oh, so I've got it all out of my system.
Whoa, your leg,
Wow.
that's where it's come from. It's just
Someone told me about a book called it's something about is by a guy called Gabor Mate,
yeah.
which is about how like most health conditions are related to childhood trauma, and how all these things are all psychological. So like even a physical problem is related to trauma in the childhood. Like it manifests itself in stress that causes
What if you break
Oh,
your leg from
100%.
falling off a ladder?
Why
That's
did
from
you
childhood.
Why did you allow yourself to fall? Why did you let go?
Because when I was young, I wasn't allowed to climb ladders, and now I
Whoa,
love.
and so now you're
and
reckless on a ladder because you shouldn't be up a
It
ladder.
can all go back to
It works
childhood.
out.
Just go back
It
all
makes
that
sense.
makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I don't need to read that full book, I don't think.
We got the gist,
I'm happy
actually.
with
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Was it difficult working with Sunil?
What is that?
I'm just trying to get the.
No, it wasn't.
Let me
sure.
answer for him. He had a lovely time.
No, it was really good. It was really good. I think our biggest crime was just meeting up and not really doing any of the things.
That's
that we
what
said we
he
were gonna
does. He procrastinates.
Do. So
Yeah.
we'd meet and we'd just sort of we'd hire out rooms and we'd just walk in circles, just talking
But that's
about
how you-
what the show could be.
Shout out to the Bill Murray and thank you for.
Yeah, thank you for letting us use that space so wisely.
You'd
and
walk around in a
productively.
circle just talking.
Yeah, we just talk.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just lie on the floor and
Yeah.
yeah. Or like Sunil would go, "This is a funny thing that happened," and I go, "That's so funny. That's so funny. You have to put that in." And Sunil would go, "That is really funny." And then I'd listen to a preview recording, and he hasn't put it in, and that happened about 10 times. There's so
Saving
many
it
funny
up.
things where I'm like, you gotta put that in, and he's
Saving
like,
it up for
"Oh,
next year.
Yeah, you got a lot. You got a lot in the but yeah.
It's. I think a lot of the process of making comedy is just chatting to other people.
It's just
And
Yeah.
spitballing.
It's like it's not. Yeah.
It's
So
not
it was,
setting it in stone.
yeah. Yeah,
No,
we
I
never
think
we
it
never
was-
actually talking. We don't actually talk about comedy much on this podcast, but it's
Yeah.
if you're interested, that is how you make it.
Really?
Just chatting it out.
Really?
It's that easy.
Just
Do
chat,
start.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that the answer to your question you wanted?
Well, there's a few. There's a couple of jokes I suggested that he didn't put in, even though I know they went down well.
So it wasn't that good working with you, I think is the is,
why are you
is
looking
what
at me
I've
when you say
understood.
it?
No, because I'm just you were acting like it was great working with you, and then the truth was coming out that
Yeah.
actually Jordan
Yes-
was suggesting
yes
a lot
and
of
no.
things, and you were just ignoring him, and you were procrastinating and just walking in a circle.
I mean, nothing's perfect, is it?
No.
No.
But we're all just trying our
Yeah.
best.
It was, it was.
Are
it
you
was-
trying your best
yeah.
though?
Oh my god.
There was a joke that I told him to do, right, which was he should describe himself as the O.J. Simpson of comedy, because he doesn't want anything to do with like racial stuff, and he's just happy to be, And he was like, "Yeah, that's great." And every time I'd say it, he would laugh, and then. And I was like, "You got to describe yourself as the O.J. Simpson of comedy. It's so funny." And well, you didn't, did you?
Why didn't you? You forgot.
Cowardice.
Saving it for
Pure
Scared.
cowardice.
pure
What are
cowardice.
you
It is pure
scared?
cowardice.
What is scared?
Huh?
What are you scared of?
I don't know. I don't know
Think of
where.
a single word
Because
to
okay,
say.
it was interesting because I didn't know. I thought that was a funny idea, but I just didn't know how to go on from it after that.
You just say it, and then
You just say it and
pause
then-
for a few seconds, and then you say something else.
This is a masterclass. This is a masterclass.
Jordan, what star sign are you?
Okay.
Aries.
I'll just see if there's a reason why you didn't listen to him.
Me?
Yeah.
Are you looking up our relationship profile? Aries and Aquarius.
Yeah,
She's been doing this recently.
Really? You're
Yeah.
getting into
And I'm into
we
this now,
really
so-
actually learnt a lot. I'm very intelligent. It's what we
I think
learnt.
everyone's like turning to some outlet now. And I think.
Just want to try and understand.
Yeah.
The website is called Astro Bit.
It creates a highly dynamic and creative pair.
Ooh.
There's a lot of vivacity. It could be competitive. Did you
Ooh.
find that? Was it competitive? You were competing.
Yeah, we were competing over this O.J. Simpson joke.
Did you not use it in the end?
Right, guys. Thanks for coming. Just one thing. Do you know Sunil Patel? Right? Don't you think?
They love thrills in life and love to flaunt in front of other people.
Don't we, Jess?
Very true. Two flaunters. Aries always want to try something new, but sometimes run out of ideas. Aquarius always have new ideas, but don't always have the energy to carry them out.
Oh, fucking burns.
Brutal. Absolutely brutal.
It's the energy that's the problem. of course.
Yeah.
Aquarius could get vexed at the domineering nature of Aries. Or Aries might interpret the inherently distant and detached nature of Aquarius as a lack of warmth from their part. But both friends must realise that they are essentially different in character and accept that fact.
This
Wow.
is bang on.
This
That's
is
mind-blowing.
bang on.
Yeah, but okay, let's choose one at random. Aries and Sagittarius.
But who's Sagittarius?
Well, we'll
Just a
work it
random.
out.
It's like
we
a
don't know
control.
who it is. Elliot's
No,
Sagittarius.
we just want to find out
I just want to find out
if
what
it's
they're
saying the
saying.
same thing.
No, but you're not meant to do
If you
this.
just-
You're not meant to do
If
that.
you test it, then it's going to be bad. You're
You're
ruining
not meant
the
to do that
game.
because then you'll know that it's all.
It's like you should never listen out for Father Christmas. Right. No. No, completely different.
I think no
Come on.
means yes. I think no means. I think no means yes.
Sagittarius are good at scrutinising things. You're not good at scrutinising things. Didn't say that about you.
Could say you were.
No. Enthusiastic and optimistic. No.
True.
Yeah, you
True.
Who's the ram? Are you the ram?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the ram, so you'd be the archer. The ram is more sensitive than the archer.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
Bang on.
Yeah, so the archer could exercise a little caution in his remarks.
If you could just hold back a bit, mate.
They seldom hold grudges. Not true, because it seems like there's quite a few grudges actually that we're discovering actually while doing this podcast. They are both enthusiastic and always looking for adventures. Not true.
About who?
You.
Oh, I
Okay.
You're very much a creature of comfort. Aries usually comes up with new ideas, while Sagittarius readily go along with them. Absolutely not true, because you didn't go along with any of
Actually,
them.
this is working out.
Yeah.
She's actually right.
Oh, this is bang on.
So there we go. Thank you very much. Star signs are real.
I think we've
discovered.
conclusively proven that.
Yeah.
I might try. How do you learn to be an astrologer?
Just you got to look at the stars. You just got to look at the stars and
I really don't even think you have to look at the stars.
Oh really?
I think you
'Cause
just
the charts
you just
are there.
start typing. You just start typing. I don't think there's a. It's almost like freeform, isn't it? It's just like
Yeah.
you know. There's a documentary series on Netflix which is great. I can't remember what it's called. It's maybe
Friends.
like how it in the Friends. You must watch it. You must watch it. It's so funny.
About astrologers.
No, it's a series where it's like something explained.
That explained.
And it's just called Explained.
I thought
Yes,
something
there's
like
one
that,
where it's
yeah.
like the mind, and then there's one on like drugs, and there's one on astronomy, and it's really interesting.
Astronomy.
Is that this
So-
one?
no, that's astrology. Astronomy is the have an actual look at it.
So astrology is
The bullshit.
it's just a bullshit columnist
That's this. Yeah.
writing for like Sugar Mag or whatever, and then
Sugar
and then-
Mag.
Sugar Mag.
We've
Blast
all
from
been
the
on
past.
Sugar Mag. We've actually all been. I've been on Sugar Mag.
Sugar, yeah,
Have you been in
I
it?
used to get
Looking
sugar.
up my signs.
Yeah, just just
You're
browsing
not meant to read your own though.
in Smith.
You're not meant to read your own.
No, then it doesn't come true.
Oh,
Come
so
true.
many rules.
I've read that you're supposed to read everyone else's, so you know what to fucking watch out for.
That's so you though. That's exactly what
so
you
Aquarius.
do. That is so Aquarius. Oh my god.
Okay.
Very good. Yeah.
Well, I don't know what we've learned from that.
Well, we've learned that.
There's a bit of accuracy to it. I think.
Yeah, there is.
You're
Well,
both,
if you're looking for it, you know.
aren't we all though?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
we are.
aren't we
We
all
are looking
looking?
for- yeah,
We're
we are
all
looking for
looking.
something.
Yeah.
Something.
I was to say me and Jordan used to work at the same place, but
Oh
never
yeah.
together.
Yeah, we did.
We missed each other.
Never together. So
Yeah.
I think I joined in 2016, early 2016. So you just left like that previous year, right?
Yeah.
But there are still stickers of Harriet all over the
What, your
I
face?
didn't put them there. Yeah, Kate put them
From
there.
your show? Or?
No, Andrea got stickers made of my face when she worked at moo.com, and then everyone stuck them on the kettle and stuff.
Oh, so if you
Jordan
ever
had to look at my face.
work at the NHS in Euston, is it?
in Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There'll be pictures of you there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we've moved now. They've moved
Yeah.
moved buildings, but I think they've taken the
Stickers.
the coffee. Yeah, they've taken the stickers with them. Like,
Of
first and foremost,
course,
have
of
we
course.
got the
Why
stickers?
wouldn't they? Yeah, very important actually.
Yeah.
I simply
Um,
can't imagine you holding down a job of any kind.
No, well, Kate said you were very good.
Not you,
and,
I meant you.
No, I know.
Yeah.
Kate
Oh,
said
right.
Jordan was good, and me and Kay were so terrible.
I was pretty lazy. I was good on the phones. I really liked being on the phones. I liked that.
Yeah.
But I got through far fewer people in terms of like calling patients. and
The job
stuff.
was to confirm
just-
appointments, was it?
But you had
Kind
to
of.
call people, and the amount of people I called just got less and less until it was a very low number. And I think they can't fire you. They can't. It's like an NHS thing, I think.
That's
They
great.
can't-
That's
they-
great
yeah,
news
you
for
kind of,
everyone.
once you've got a job there, they can't really get rid of
That's
you.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
they can only motivate you to do
Yeah,
better.
but
and-
everyone there moves so slowly. I've never been somewhere where people move, because actually you haven't been in the building that was the building before. Like the people there, everyone's just given up.
Really?
It's very
Well, I
bleak,
mean,
yeah.
that's a terrible thing to hear, isn't it?
really terrible. Yeah.
For the NHS.
Yeah, the food in the
Mm, I
canteen
mean-
though, it was quite stodgy. I don't know if it was.
Do you think it was that?
It was maybe that.
It was
I
probably
don't
the
know.
sponge puddings.
Yeah, it's maybe that. Yeah, it was probably the pudding. Yeah.
I used to work there. I was alright, and then I got slowly told to do better or leave.
yeah.
Really?
So I left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the only option, really.
I think it was the point at which they said, okay, every Monday you've got to tell us what you're going to do this week. That I thought, oh right, I'm not doing anything, am I? That's what. So I was like, oh yeah, I should just go.
Yeah,
But I worked in a quite fast-paced part of it, quite important.
Really?
Yeah,
yeah,
in the
you're-
sense of
you're surgeon.
Really.
So
I didn't know
stop
you were
killing
surgeon.
patients this week
I
or
didn't know-
leave.
We were
yeah,
working
Take your
in sort
glasses
of,
off again. Typical move.
sort of
Yeah, when you're
organisational
trying to
change
look
management,
important.
that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing to do with me. I was team office manager.
So you were an office manager.
I sort of ordered the paper in and that.
So you were an
ordered
office
A4
manager.
paper.
Yeah. You were in charge of supplies.
Supplies. Supplies, teas, coffees, meetings.
Yeah. So
Meeting
not really
rooms.
that important, really. Actually.
Well, actually,
we actually dealt with
incredibly
the
important
patients
to the
one on
general,
one. What? Make sure that there's paper.
just
That's
the
most important.
general running
More
of the
than
office.
appointments.
Well, they'll turn up, won't they?
No, they didn't always because anyway.
Because
we won't go into that, but yeah.
Didn't tell them.
We won't go into that.
Okay.
But
alright,
the
well,
boss did actually say, so it was good that you got I think you maybe got in there just before because she did say after me and Kate
No
that
more
she'd never
comedians.
employ another comedian.
Yeah, well, she said that.
so-
She definitely said that after me. She was
Wow.
she was like, no, seriously now.
We must,
because
yeah.
everyone there'd be like this mass exodus just before August because everyone would go up to the fringe.
Yeah.
Because we also had Lucy who now works for maybe Live Nation, I think, but she left. So she was there. So every month, every August, she would also need to go. We also had a couple of other people. Alice, I think, was doing comedy as well. So honestly, about 5 people would have to leave the office, and she was like, "I can't.
You can't.
keep
Literally
doing
half
this.
You
the
can't work
office.
like that.
Yeah,
You can't do
Yeah,
it.
you can't.
You just
can't work. I didn't.
Astonishing number of people in comedy have used the NHS for sort of quick temp work in the past.
Yeah, what
so
does
many
that
of
say
us.
about the NHS?
Well, it's just a
doesn't
big
seem very good.
organisation, and that anyone can literally just do a job there.
Yeah.
Work
So
their way
many
up.
jobs.
Yeah.
Work their way up.
Work their way up
Yeah.
to
to GP.
Yeah. That was the aim. Yeah. I've got a sad story, but it's a little bit. I usually tell a sad story to try and make Sunil feel something.
But
But
they're
I've
so
gone in a
bad.
different direction this time.
The sad story in the last episode, right, was the guy who bred the first Labradoodle has decided that it was the worst thing he's ever done.
Don't you
and
find
that
that
was a sad-
sad? He called them Frankenstein's monsters, and he said he'd wish he'd never created them.
What? Why did he change
Said
his mind?
they have poor health or something.
Well, they all have poor health.
Yeah.
All dogs, yeah.
Yeah, all dogs.
So that was the story.
By merely existing, life is pain. Tell him that. Tell him. Life is pain. Tell him.
Okay, so I've gone in a different direction,
You've
but I
Googled
think you're
sad
just
story
getting
again,
you're just gonna get cross. Okay,
So is this a real story? Or is this something
yeah,
real
so this is
story
a
that's
real
deliberately
story
used
to make
cry?
Sunil feel sad.
Okay.
So this is based on history.
Based on,
so
but
this
not
is-
completely.
something that
Inspired.
it's something that happened in the past. So there
yes,
was
history.
there was a princess who had magical powers.
My fucking god! Come on!
He's tearing. He's gone.
Allowed her
He's gone.
to
He's gone.
create-
Come on, Harriet.
She could create cold weather, and she'd play with them with her sister. But then one day she accidentally injured her sister.
Is this the film
with,
Frozen?
with her
This is the film
magic.
Frozen. What are you doing?
And
What?
but then her sibling was told she
You-
got
this
her
is
mind.
Wikip- this is
she
the
got her
Wikip-
mind
What are you
wiped.
covering up? It's not-
so she has no memories.
Princess
And then
Elsa
she-
it said that's Frozen.
She forgets
What are
it.
you doing?
But then when she's older, she's 21, and then she's crowned the queen. But she's scared about her powers that they might find out. And then the castle gates open. And then
What?
there's
The
a
castle
prince.
gates open? What do you
and
mean?
then there's a prince, and who falls in love.
How
but
far
then
through the
there's
film
a
are we now?
coronation.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Free credits.
So then there's emotional strain, and then she's called a monster, and then she flees to the North Mountain.
Slow down.
then-
Slow down. I'm not taking it all in.
I skipped a bit. There's a wolf, and then a snowman.
There's a wolf.
There's a snowman who's very cheerful, and then there's a horse. And
Who
then
has written this down? A child. Who has written this down? Have you typed this up?
And she's chased, and then there's a troll. And
What are you doing?
And then
What are you
they
doing?
kiss, and then there's an execution, but
What-
there was
what?
an escape, and the snowman is in a blizzard, and
What am I
hug,
supposed to do
and
with this?
It all works out in the end.
Oh, that's a sad story.
But there's another film out this week. So yeah.
So
Did you
Anything?
anything at all there?
feeling
I
all right,
really-
you're right.
Yeah, you.
Do you take a minute?
I didn't.
Yeah.
Take a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
I just told you what happens.
Yeah, you got it down to the
Yeah.
to the
Do you-
minute.
did
To the
that
bare
make-
bones.
So it's based on history, is it?
Yeah, it's historic. Well, you know, they wear old clothes. I don't know when it's set, but they do wear like like long
Don't look at him, he's not-
sleeves. You know, their sleeves are like with the bell shape. And
Ruffs.
long.
Oh no,
yeah.
that's the neck, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's how you know it's history, because their sleeves are the bell shape
Long
to the
sleeves.
end.
Yeah, that's how you know.
This is fucking mad.
Anyway, anything to promote, Jordan?
Oh, is this it? Is it over?
It's the end.
That's the end. That's the whole thing.
That's the end.
Oh. All right.
We finished.
I'm doing it.
my
When
word.
does this go out?
12th of
12th
December.
December.
Oh, okay. Well, then on the 16th of December, I'm doing a run at the Soho Theatre.
Do
Which
go.
will be- You haven't
go.
even
I
seen
haven't
the show.
even
I'll be
seen
there.
it.
You haven't
Let's
seen
go
the show?
together.
Yeah,
I haven't
alright.
seen it.
Yeah, we'll go.
Christmas trip.
Yes,
I'm going on the Tuesday.
Oh,
you?
we can
Oh, we'll
go
go
on
then.
Tuesday.
we'll go then.
Great.
So that's happening.
Lovely.
I feel very sad that we didn't get to make you cry though.
I cried
it-
sort
is
of with
this one
laughter a
ongoing?
little
yeah,
bit. I got a
you
wet
did-
eye
you did-
from laughter.
You did get a wet eye.
There you go. That's something.
Got a couple of wet eyes.
He's got some wet eyes.
He's
so
got his
job
wet
done.
eyes. He's
Job
happy.
done. Yeah.
He's happy with his wet eyes.
Got what we wanted.
There you go. Okay. You know
Yeah.
what he's coming for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't got anything.
You got the that's
But yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to going to see Six the musical. Well up for that.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
because you guys always hang out, and like I used to live quite close where you'd hang out, and then you would never.
Yeah, you
ask
did. You
me
were
to
nearby.
hang out. Yeah, I was nearby, and then you'd just go to a bakery
Phil
and not
Cooper
invite
came to
me.
look after your cats.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I came
so
with
sweet.
him. As
Yeah.
well.
Oh, Cooper.
So you came
Yeah.
when I wasn't there.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
But I was still there, so you know
Yeah.
what I mean.
So what are you saying?
just it would be nice if you invited me to hang out.
I would invite you to stuff, but you're always like, oh no, I can't.
No. Anyway, have you got anything to promote?
I've got a podcast out on the BBC. It's called But
Fuck
Where Are You
off.
Really
No, that's
From?
the end. No.
It's called But Where Are You Really
no.
From? It's called But Where Are You Really
no.
From? Available on BBC
No.
Sounds. Just download it, subscribe.
Okay. Well, goodbye.
That's it, is it? All right.
That's all. Yeah.